Problem 12. The circle graph below represents the Manzi family's monthly budget. Shows the Manzi family's budget. 45% of their budget goes to other, 35% of their budget goes to housing, and 20% of their budget goes to food. If their total monthly income is $2,400, how much is spent on housing? So total monthly income, that means all the money they get in 1 month, is $2,400. This shows the percentages of that money, how it's split up. They want to know how much is spent on housing. So that's 35% of their monthly income, which is $2,400. I have a few ways that we could solve this. 35% of 2,400, we could change this to a decimal. So we'd drop our percent sign, move our decimal over 2 places. We'd have 0.35 of means times $2,400. So I could multiply those and get an answer. So clear off my screen here. 0.35 times 2,400. I got 840. That seems like a reasonable amount of money. $840. It's a little less than half. So 2,400 cut in half would be 1,200, and this is less than that, so that seems reasonable. Another way that I could solve that problem to make sure I have it solved correctly is to set up that proportion. Remember when we were talking about earlier is over of and the percent over 100? So if I was making a proportion that fits this problem, I would have my 100. I said it was 35% of 2,400, so I've got my percent, 35. Since we're next to the word of, we would put the 2,400 on bottom. And then, of course, what we're looking for is what that is. What is 35% of 2,400? We were taught several different ways we could solve this proportion. One of those is to cross multiply and divide. So we would multiply the two numbers across from each other. So I'll do that on my calculator. I have 2,400 times 35. After I've multiplied those together, I want to divide by my other number, which is 100. So I'm going to divide by 100. So 840, got the same number again. So I'm going to write down those numbers. 84,000, and then I divided it by 100, which gave me 840. Remember, we also talked about how to solve that using our y equals. So I challenge you to go ahead and find that in your calculator using y equals. I'll include a part 2 video for those of you who want to see that step.